Joining me in studio is a young lady who I am so glad to finally meet. She is known as the Mistress of Soul, and you will see why she has gained that title when we listen to her music later. But let's go ahead and give a warm Cali's Best welcome to Miss Jayna Blackwell. Welcome to Cali's Best.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm good. After that drive, I'm great.
She came all the way from Oaktown to be here at Cali's Best Radio Show.
Yeah, Town Biz. We got to make it happen.
I know that's right. So, ma'am, for our listeners who may not have heard of you or your music before, go ahead and tell us how you got your start, and how did you get your title?
Oh, my goodness. Well, okay. So, of course, I have that typical church girl start. I started in the church and then started singing professionally with the Motown Review show, Traveling Motown Review. That's where I learned stage presence, all of that stuff, background singing, harmonies and whatnot. And that title was a big joke. We were sitting around one night with a promoter and he was like, I need something catchy to, put behind this Jayna Blackwell name, And so he was like, Queen of Soul. I was like, no, boo-boo.
That's taken.
Yeah, that's taken. Yeah. And so we started tossing around a few different ones and he came up with Mistress of Soul and I was like, I don't know about that one. And he said, every mistress has her day. And it's kind of a thing that kind of just started catching on.
And it is catchy though. It's very catchy. Yeah. I like it. So it describes the flavor of your music, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So how do you describe your music?
Well, I think it's that soulful R&B. That's what I was raised on. You hear it in the sounds of my voice, the way I articulate things. It's just that kind of old school kind of sound, like the Shaka, of course, the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha.
Exactly.
But I've listened to all those things growing up. And so that music is a part of me. So it just comes out.
Nice. I like it. And so coming from Oakland, musically, what is the scene like there for your genre of music?
Oh, it's kicking right now. I mean, of course we have a lot of chart toppers that have come out of the Bay. A lot of the members of the New Power generation came out of the Bay. Tony, In Vogue. I mean, the list can go on and on. But right now, there's a lot of those types of artists that are reaching back into the new artists that are coming out. And you will hear a lot of that, like in Elijah Baker and Park Avenue. And there's a lot of collaborations, if you will, that are coming out of the Bay that you'll start hearing soon, and lots of R&B coming out.
Sounds exciting.
Yes.
Very. So you've been actually in the game a very long time, and you spoke about doing the Motown Review show and learning a lot of things from that. Tell us something about that experience.
Wow. Okay. So it's kind of funny because it kind of started my whole professional career. I went to a birthday party at a karaoke club, and the DJ there was the person that basically the brainchild behind the first Bay Area Motown Review show. And I sang one song and he was like, you have to come and audition for me. And it took a minute because, we all get those guys coming up saying they have studio in their house and whatnot. And, I didn't believe him at first. So it took me a little while to go ahead and walk through that door. Mm-hmm. And once I did, it opened the door for me as far as traveling with that show for 15 years. Wow. And singing background for lots of other artists in the Bay, just happening to be in recording and rehearsal studios and whatnot, and getting asked to sing with other artists. It's just kind of just started this whole domino effect.
Nice. So would we know any of the artists that you've actually backed up?
Well, they're pretty local artists. So a lot of those local artists are now singing with other artists. So like in the Bay, if you're from the Bay, you know people like Nicole Butter Pearson or Niecy Living Single, or I can go on and on. But the Baron Edwards Motown Review show is definitely where I got my start.
Nice. All right. And so that you said it, you got your start back in the 90s, I believe I read in your bio. And the song that you're promoting now is off of a newer project, or when did this project drop?
Well, that particular song dropped in July of last year, and so we are actually working on a new project, which that will probably be a part of, because it's just it's just a part of everything. But we're definitely recording new music for the album Uncompromised.
I like the idea of bringing that song onto the next project, because I don't think has anyone really ever done that, like their hit song, because pretty much that song is like a hit song.
I'm not sure. I think what the thought process was in the beginning was, we're going to just push this out there and see what happens. And now that it's happened, we want to make sure that we incorporate it into the new project, because the song is very popular internationally. And so as this is the start of our U.S. campaign today.
Oh,
and so
awesome.
we are, want to be able to include that project in the U.S. campaign. So why not include it in the album?
Sounds like a plan. All right. So you mentioned internationally. How is it that because I know you've had some real successes overseas and some accolades. You want to go ahead and drop some credits?
Okay. Well,
she said, yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Yes. But I just want to say, I'll take this opportunity right now to say thank you so much to all of the UK DJs that have supported the song, and of course, other music that I have been pushing as well. It's just amazing. So I did actually just recently get awarded the groundbreaking People's Choice Best Newcomer Award, and it's pretty fitting for me because I definitely am a newcomer to the UK with that first single, dropping like that. But it's just been an awesome experience, and since winning that award, there's been invitations, there's been a lot of other things that are happening, and so it's moving.
Nice. I like that. That's such good progress. How does it make you feel to know that people really enjoy your music?
Well, it's funny because when we started this thing, it was, let's just go in the studio and see what happens. Let's just have some fun. And now having fun has, evolved into a worldwide distribution deal. It has evolved into, people all over the world enjoying this music, fans, hello, you know what I mean? And so right now, today, I can say that, we're riding a wave, and we'll see, where it ends up, but it's exciting. It's great because I get to leave this legacy for my children as they've seen me grow musically, and it's a great feeling.
Nice. It sounds wonderful. I can only sort of, off of the artist, just kind of get that little glean of, oh gosh, how many people are listening to your song worldwide, and how awesome that must be. And to be a winner of a Best Newcomer Award, that's something. That is really something. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I think we should go ahead and let the listeners hear the song that we're talking about. What do you think about that?
I think so. I think it's about time. Yes.
So let's tell them first a little bit about the song.
Okay. Well, I kind of gave you a little bit of what happened in the beginning, but Kenneth Christian is the writer and producer of that track, and he was the one that basically literally drug me into the studio to record. And it's funny because he came up with this hook over lunch, and we were sitting down, and he played the track, and he was like, I got the hook. And then we went on this kind of who's on first kind of thing back and forth over the title, because I was like, what are you going to call it? He goes, that's my song. And I'm like, yeah, that's my song too. Yeah, that's my jam, And he was like, no, Jayna, the title of the song is That's My Song. And once he said that, and it clicked, it took me a minute. But once he said that, I said, okay, I get it. Yeah, okay. So his idea was to bring basically that old school sound for the more seasoned crowd, that's looking for that to dance to move to. And so that was the whole idea.
You have to be a seasoned connoisseur.
There you go.
Connoisseur of music. You have to have those seasoned ears to appreciate. And no, I'm not so sure that that's the case, because it just gets catchy, because of course I've heard it numerous times. I have it on my phone. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and let our listeners take a ear on that, put their ears on it. This is Jayna Blackwell. That's my song.
Can you hear that playing? That's my song. Crowded jumping, yes it's on. Time for me to get it in. show 'em how to do it right. Up in the club, a couple shots of Impre VIPs going down with Patron. I'm feeling good in this vibe, keep them haters outside. I'm headed out the door, yes, I'm feeling myself. Calling up my girls as I head into the nightlife. Work, no play, take heed, better listen. Get that money, don't let it make you. I know what's up, can't play them games. He's choosing, but I'll pay. Been there, done that, so I'm not surprised. Was the top one in my class. Don't hold your breath, cause you might turn blue trying to wait on something big. Have a backup plan to ensure yourself so you know just what to do. The club is jumping right. It's packed on a Thursday night. DJ's playing my song. I'm feeling good, turn it up tonight. When you hear that playing, that's my song. That's right. There's one crowded jumping, yes, it's on. Time for me to get it in, show 'em how to do it right. Up in the club, a couple shots of Impre VIPs going down with Patron. I'm feeling good in this vibe, keep them haters outside.
Hold up, wait a minute, that's my song. Two step to the right, one slide to the left. I think I got it. Let me show them how to get it in. Much older now, knees stiff, hard to bend. Flow proud, little mama try to back it in. Drink in the hand, think it's a shot of hand. Hot in the mug, guess I'm off Patron again. Stick it with a two-step and nothing else is all you
When you
get.
hear that playing, that's my song. That's right. There's one crowded jumping, yes, it's on. Time for me to get it in, show 'em how to do it right. Up in the club, a couple shots of Impre VIPs going down with Patron. I'm feeling good in this vibe, keep them haters outside. I'm in my cool, what's up, let's ride. Headed to the after party, night's not over yet. Men be on one, hanging on my coattail. Ain't got time, say the line for them other ones. Miss me with that drama, I'm straight cool, letting my head down. Don't take it wrong, no disrespect, it's good, trying to have a good time. Taking pictures, having fun, good combo. With my girl, so I'm not running solo. My mind is on my money, and my money's on my mind. The club is jumping right. It's packed on a Thursday night. DJ's playing my song. I'm feeling good, turn it up tonight. When you hear that playing, that's my song. That's right. There's one crowded jumping, yes, it's on. Time for me to get it in, show 'em how to do it right. Up in the club, a couple shots of Impre VIPs going down with Patron. I'm feeling good in this vibe, keep them haters outside. When you hear that playing, that's my song. That's right. There's one crowded jumping, yes, it's on. Time for me to get it in, show 'em how to do it right. Up in the club, a couple shots of Impre VIPs going down with Patron. I'm feeling good in this vibe, keep them haters outside.
That's my song. That's my song. Can it be my song?
Oh, yeah.
Miss Jayna Blackwell, that's my song. And you said you're working on something new. Any idea of what that's going to be about? What's the flavor mix on that one?
Well, definitely R&B, but it is the title of the new album will be Uncompromised, and it will be out this year. And definitely you'll hear more music from Kenneth Christian on there. And
You
we're
like
excited.
that duo, huh?
We like the duo. I think we have that chemistry that, and plus that's where I started. He was the one that started me recording, and there is definitely some loyalty going on there. Shouts out to Kenneth Christian, Currency Kings Entertainment, and
Nice.
Thank you so much.
So is that you're on a record label, correct?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so Seatown Records out of Cleveland, Ohio. That's my birthplace, actually. I have one of those single release deals, and so basically that's what we started, this wait and see kind of thing, and that's with that track. And then I also am a partner in my own label, Currency Kings Entertainment, with Kenneth Christian.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
we are like working in conjunction with each other and
Nice.
supporting the project.
Well, all that came together to push this so far overseas and all around the world to, get awards. That's a nice situation you have going on there. You spoke about having a U.S. This being the start of your U.S. promo tour. What's on the line there? What you have coming up?
Well, I'm supporting a project that Mr. Gregory Beasley, who is the CEO of Seatown Records, and basically he just tells me where to go, and I show up, and so he's spearheading this campaign, and we're excited about it. So I'm looking forward to finding out what's up next.
Nice.
So this is the first, and we're looking forward to many more.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What do you like best right now as far as, being in the music industry, and what don't you like so much?
Well, I like what De Trinata said about remaining independent, and I think that's big right now for artists that are coming out, because you get to, independence means that you can keep your money, like she said, but it also means that you get to learn more about the music game, and you've seen some bad stories about a lot of our icons, artists that have gone through major issues with money, with paperwork not being correct or whatever, but being independent allows you to be in more control, if you will. And so that one thing with the team that I have, Mr. Beasley, Ken Christian, also Orlando Johnson, they're industry spearheads that have kind of taken me under their wing and taught me the game and taught me what I know. And I'm anxious to share that with other artists that are coming up and whatnot, because the industry has changed so much, and it's so available, so much more available now than it's ever been for indie artists to get their music heard.
It most definitely is. And independent is like the way to go right now. That's definitely the way to go. So yeah, that's my song. I just, every time I listen to the song, it's just so catchy. It stays in my head. That's like the sign of a classic song. You know what I'm saying? It's like classic.
Well, I definitely know this, that when the hook was presented to me, I couldn't stop singing it, and I couldn't wait to get into the studio and record it. It was just one of those things where it is really catchy.
It's definitely catchy. I like it. So are you performing this song out and about?
I have been, and I'm looking forward to traveling. I have some dates coming up that are taking me outside of California, so we're excited about that. We're excited about just the whole movement, if you will. Who would have thunk that this girl here out of the Bay Area that is, was singing covers, that was, leading a cover band in a Motown review show, can now step off and sing original music. It's just an awesome experience. So each opportunity, each invitation is just huge for the camp,
And that's where talent will take you. And you're definitely a talented young lady. Can you go ahead and let our listeners know where they can fan and follow you at?
Well, at Jayna Blackwell, at Jayna Sings 2 is where you'll find me on all the social media platforms, and I'll help you out with that as well. And that is JAYNASINGS2, and that will get you to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those platforms there.
Alrighty. Do you have a website yet?
We do. Well, SeatownRecords.com is where you'll find everything, dates, music links, bio information, all of that good stuff.
Very good, very good. And I imagine that people can go there and download the song or purchase the song. Sounds good.
Yes.
Sounds good. So I'm going back to the question I had asked you about the good. I don't think you told me anything. No bad experiences.
Well,
that would be
there's
a good
always,
thing.
with the good, there's always comes the bad, but I think that as we are moving forward, we're learning from lessons, challenges and whatnot. But I think the biggest bad, I will say, is this. When you don't know, you just don't know. And until you learn it, and you can correct your mistakes is where the growth is. And so, when I was a new artist, just starting out, things like being registered were just not familiar with me and to me. And so once I became a registered artist, then, I started learning that there's other ways to earn money and not just in selling your music. There's sync licensing. There's all these other things that are out there available to us. But until we pick up and learn for ourselves, we just don't know what opportunities are out there. So,
and every artist, serious artists, you have some hobbyist artists and just people playing around, but if you're serious, you better go learn some of that stuff. If you're trying to have longevity and success in the game, you better go ahead and do that. So good advice. Thank you so much. I think we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be coming right back with Miss Jayna Blackwell. We're going to go ahead and move into this music break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cali's Best Radio Show. I'm here with Miss Jayna Blackwell, and I wanted to go ahead and give you an opportunity to give any shout outs that you may want to give.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. By the way, again, I'd just like to say thank you so much to Gregory Beasley of Seatown Records, Kenneth Christian of Currency Kings Entertainment, of course, Orlando Johnson, Luigi of Legacy Studios. Thank you all so much for your love and support. And also all of the DJs worldwide. I just can't thank you enough for your support of the music and anticipating the new stuff to come. Your support is invaluable. And now I can say thank you to my fans.
Yes.
What? Every time I say that, I get chills because
it's surreal. It's like my fans.
I got fans all over the world, and so thank you so much for your support and your love. It definitely is appreciated.
Very well put.